in the book, you talked about the three dimensions of longevity. And I think all three of them are important if you're really going to have, I guess, what I would call good longevity, the right kind of longevity,
Yeah,
not just
yeah.
longer, but better. And can talk about those three dimensions of longevity?
Yes. So we actually use the term like in addition to lifespan, which is basically like quantity of your years, we use the term health span, which refers to quality of your years, or the years that you within your life when you have kind of healthy and happy state. So that's important as well. The good news, like all of the technologies that we are supporting through Longevity Vision Fund investment, right, and through our pro bono work, they work both on health span and lifespan. It's not like we're just trying to add 5, 10, 20 more painful years to your life. So that's, I think it's important to recognize. When you talk about three dimensions of longevity, I think it's very interesting to observe how the science of longevity and the science of medicine has changed through the last few decades. What we've done so far, and this is the first dimension, we've been just avoiding early death. That's like the sole focus of the medicine, the sole focus of like everything which we've been offered so far. And if you look at the figures, we've been pretty successful with that. So in the last 100 years, the average lifespan in developed world increased from 35, 40 years, 100 years ago, to 75, 80 years today. So we doubled our lifespan, average lifespan on Earth in the last 100 years. Well, this is the good news. Like the bad news, the maximum lifespan, which is today somewhere around 122 years to be precise, because of this beautiful French woman who died 20 years ago, was still the same. So what we've been doing, we're just moving statistical average. A lot of people avoid dying at early age, and obviously there was a huge impact of infant mortality, which was ridiculously high 100 years ago. And well, that's why this whole notion of medicine was just like making sure you don't die early. And currently, if you look at the 50 plus, like 90% of deaths are happening because of 4 diseases: cancer, heart disease, diabetes, and neurodegenerative disease. So that's like 90% of that. This is our killer monster diseases. And I think we've done a lot in this field. What we haven't done so far is 2 other dimensions. One is life extension, just literally adding years to our life. That's one. And the third dimension, which is even more revolutionary, is reversing aging. Right now, we already know all 3,000 genes in our DNA, which are responsible for aging processes inside our body, and therefore they're responsible for longevity. So if you look at centenarians, or you look at genetic research of centenarians are people who live 100 years and beyond on this planet. They all, this 3,000 longevity genes tend to work better in their bodies. And so the idea is that if we can influence aging on many levels, including the genetic one, and make sure that all these 3,000 genes work in a proper way, we can actually become younger. And that's beautiful. You can do it on genetic level. You can do it on epigenetic level, right? Like the way these genes manifest itself inside our bodies. But even today, like on a lifestyle level, I've seen some studies where in the course of 8 weeks, simple changes in sleep, diet, physical exercise, only these 3 things, 8 weeks, reverse aging, reverse biological age of people in the study by 3 years. So they all became on average 3 years younger.